Question from Stormy Cyclone on YouTube. It will be interesting to see if Brett Yormark has something up his sleeve at media days. Realignment news, probably not a topic. Great question. Let me answer it. I'm Pete Mundo at Heartland College Sports. Thank you for being here. I left that out of my top 5 storylines to follow for a reason, because I really don't think there's going to be any news. Yormark will be asked about it. Yormark will have some kind of prepared remarks on it. But unlike other clickbaity outlets, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yep, Yormark's ready to add some ACC teams this week. Now, I love talking about it. It's fun to talk about. We can have the conversation. I will do it through the premise of this is what I would like to see happen, not this rumor that I'm hearing through some no-name X account might actually be true. Click here for more. I'm not going to do that on this show. I respect you too much to do that. So that's why I left Yormark and Realignment off the list, because I would just be stunned if anything on that front came out. I think we're sitting here in what is the calm before the next storm in conference realignment. We're all just waiting on the legal issues in the ACC to figure themselves out. And Yormark's not going to comment on that because it's ongoing litigation. You don't have to be an attorney to realize commenting on ongoing litigation and then pursuing teams who are still a part of a conference publicly when there is ongoing litigation is suicide. You can't do it if you're Brett Yormark. So yes, I expect a question or two of Brett Yormark around the idea of what might be next. I expect some vague answers from Brett Yormark, things that he said before. We're always open for business. He's made that comment over the last couple of years. What that means is left up to interpretation. But I'm not expecting a whole lot on the whole idea of conference realignment, where it goes from here, what it looks like. There's no doubt that Brett Yormark is staying ahead of the conference realignment game. That is indisputable. The guy has been ahead of the curve every step of the way. But do I think we're sitting here with Brett Yormark getting set on Tuesday morning to roll out some big announcement? Yeah, I'm talking to Virginia Tech. Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely would love UNC in our conference. Gosh, Miami would look good with the Big 12 logo on its field, wouldn't it? No, that's not going to happen. No way, no how. So that's where I would pump the brakes on anything like that taking place this week. I'm sure some different folks in Big 12 media or elsewhere will try to convince you otherwise, but I'm just here to give it to you straight. I'm not going to give you the BS. Not going to sit here and tell you that, just watch, don't miss out. Yormark's going to talk realignment, more at 10. Click on our link. I'm not going to do that. I will be stunned if it comes up. I also will be stunned if OU and Texas get a lot of energy. I'm hopeful that Brett Yormark will basically just move on and say, hey, they're gone. I'm not here to talk about the past. I am here to talk about the future. I am here to talk about the 16 teams, the progress that we have made as a conference, and what this conference will look like in the future. That's what I'm here to talk about, not about what the last 25 to 30 years looked like in the Big 12. OU and Texas are gone. We wish them well. And if I was given a little bit of advice to Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner, I would say have fun with the headache down in Austin. Because I promise you, the folks in Austin will end up being a massive headache for Greg Sankey and the entire SEC. Texas has historically, more or less, ruined every conference it's been a part of because of its own ego and pride. So why would the SEC be any different? It's a legitimate question. It's a fair question to ask. And I would love it if Brett Yormark said that, but I don't expect him to. I really don't think this week's going to be about Brett Yormark, and that's not a bad thing. I think this week needs to be a celebration. It needs to be a branding opportunity. And it needs to be about the new faces coming together as one and forming what is going to be, I believe, the most exciting league in all of college football this year. and that's the Big 12 Conference. Subscribe to the show. Hit that thumbs up at the bottom of the video. We appreciate you guys being here and joining us as a part of the show. Thank you. As always, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. It really does make a huge difference as we continue to build this show at Heartland College Sports.